All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rachak Kudash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the elect. And I have a couple of articles here, really two main articles here, and I wanted to go into it. As you can see, I titled it with artificial immortality and skyrocketing food prices, 20 to 50% increase. So starting with the food prices, we have here, now this is from activistpost.com. Okay, and it says German retailers to increase food prices by 20 to 50% on Monday. And today is Monday, okay, April 3rd or April 4th, Salakia. Now, 20 to 50% is a lot. Okay, that is a very, very high amount to increase food prices by. And as we're going to read, you're going to see how this, though they say this is in Germany, this isn't going to stay in Germany and affect only Germany. Because as our Lord Yahweh prophesied in Matthew, the 24th chapter, okay, let me actually just pull that up real briefly. In, I believe in 24 and 7, let's see, Matthew chapter 24, verse 7, he said, for a nation shall rise against nation. Well, matter of fact, verse 6, and ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled. All right, and one of those examples was the whole situation with Russia and Ukraine. All right, which we know that the Western propaganda machine, blew that up. Okay, but it says, see that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. And that's why, though we did videos on it, we made sure, to let it be known that this is a part of prophecy, but this doesn't mean that all of a sudden we're getting out of here next week. All right. Why? Because there's still other things that have to take place. So as you can see, oh, Russia's going to invade. Oh, Russia's invaded. They're doing this. They're doing this. But now, it's still, there's still tension there, and there's definitely been a lot of things that have come out from that situation going on there and the propaganda they used around it. All right, information that the masses don't really know, but it has further pushed the world, closer to falling off the edge of the cliff, the old world that is, and the one pushing it off that cliff is the new world. So Matthew 24 and 7, for nation shall rise against nation and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. All these are the beginning of sorrows. So these are the beginning of sorrows. So what we're seeing now, all right, around the world, which even Biden came out and said it concerning the food shortage, that is the beginning of famines. All right, of these great famines of biblical proportions. All right, which these ones that are to come are going to surpass any that have ever been on record. Let's put it like that. Now it says here, just days after Germany reported the highest inflation in generation, with February headline CPI soaring at a 7.6 annual pace and blowing away all expectations, locals received a distinctly unpleasant deja vu feeling. Even before the Russian invasion of Ukraine broke what few supply chains remained and sent prices even higher into the stratosphere. And that's why Germany is saying now that, look, we can't cut off Russia right now. They just said it outright. We can't cut off Russia right now. We need more time. So because now, you telling them to cut off Russia, how are they going to get their gas and energy? But that's not the only thing they're dealing with. They're dealing with this right here, with inflation, all right, going through the roof. Okay. So it says here, on Monday, Germany will take one step toward a return of the dreaded Weimar hyperinflation. And if you don't know about it, you can look up the Weimar Republic and that the time of hyperinflation that they went through and how bad it got. It says when according to the German Retail Association, consumers should prepare for another wave of price hikes for everyday goods and groceries, with Reuters reporting that prices at German retail chains will explode between 20 and 50%, meaning that at minimum, you're looking at a 20% increase of everyday goods. Okay. So maybe we can get something more tangible. We can say examples, or let's see, example of 20% increase um, on prices. Let's see, maybe we can get a tangible example. Let's see here. How do you increase a price by 20%? It says multiply the original price by 0.2 to find the amount of a 20% markup, or multiply it by 1.2 to find the total price range, including markup. If you have the final price, including markup, and want to know what the original price was, divide by 1.2. All right, so you could do the math from there. But if you were to take, some, I don't know, some product that you buy regularly now, prices are going so high. I went to get, a leg of lamb, and that thing was $70. All right, $70. So if you adding on 20% to that, or you adding on 50% to that, that's not something that your day-to-day um, wages are gonna be able to accommodate for much longer. Okay. Now I did 70 times 1.2, as we just saw in here, and it took it up to 84. Okay, and that's now, if I did that correctly, that would be the minimum. Okay, that would be the minimum. That would be about a 20% increase. And here they're telling you, no, 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 no. We're not dealing with no 20%. We're looking at a 20% minimum. So it's between 20% and 50%, and that's what they have right now. So it's only a matter of time before the prices get so high it gets ridiculous. All right, and the thing is, you know, you see this right here, the store, the shelves of stock. You imagine you dealing with this hyperinflation and you go into the store and it's there's barely anything left. So the things that you're looking for, you know, the new normal is going to be going to the store and learning to settle for what is there and not what it is you came there for, because soon you're going to go and there's going to be nothing. You go for bread, there ain't no bread. All right, you go for rice, ain't no rice. You got to settle for whatever they got over there. All right. So that's and then on top of that, whatever it is they got, the prices for that are ridiculously high. Now you contemplating, damn, do I buy groceries or do I pay rent? And it sounds funny, but it's really not when you're put in that situation. And you have people that'll see this and they'll say, "Oh, but that's all the way in Germany. That's I mean that's over there. We good." But the scriptures say that, according to Second Ezra, the 16th chapter, that many that dwell on the earth shall perish of famine, and those that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy. So the earth is not just Germany. The earth is not just the east somewhere. The earth is the whole entire planet. Okay. It says here, coming down a bit, German retail chains to increase food prices by 20 to 50% from Monday. That is today. It says even before the outbreak of war in Ukraine, prices had risen by about 5% across the product range as a result of increased energy prices. Now, here's one thing. I did the math of like the lamb that I bought for $70. And if there was a 20% increase, it'd go up to about $84, right? Okay. That's one thing. Now, say I went to the store because when we read, we're dealing with regular grocery shopping. So at the least, that is just one item, okay, that went up to from 70 to 84. Okay, so that's about 14. All right, so $14 right there for one item. So imagine, I'm just giving a hypothetical example here, but imagine going to the grocery store and every item you buy, you got to add, say, $14 to it. Okay, which it could vary, but like I said, I'm just giving a basic example here. How much do you think your total cost of your items that you're gonna buy is gonna go up by? And that's not the only thing you have to worry about. So now if a lot of Jake live paycheck to paycheck. And when you get that paycheck, you've already calculated what bills you need to pay and when do you need to buy this and when do you need to go shopping for this. But if you've divided your paycheck amongst that, but now you go to the store and you need to make extra accommodations for the grocery, if you set aside $200 for groceries and now you got to pay $400 for groceries, that means that sign ain't gonna work because when the first of the month comes or whenever you got to pay bills come, that's gonna be hell. All right. It says here, as a result of increased energy prices, HDE President Joseph Sankt Johanser told the new uh, Osnabrücker Zeitung on Friday, with Russia's invasion hitting economies and the supply chain harder, yet another series of price increases is on the horizon. The second wave of price increases is coming. See, so it's not the prices went up, that's it. No, it's like, as they're saying it, it's in waves. Okay. So it says the second wave of price increases is coming, and it will certainly be in double figures. See, when they say, oh, food prices went up food prices went up 7%. Inflation went up 7.5% year to year. Oh yeah, okay, but 7%, that's all right. Now we're dealing in the second wave double digits. Okay, what's up with that? 50%? Imagine prices going up 50%. You might as well just at that point just give up grocery shopping. At that point you're gonna come and find a clerk robbing the damn store because people are not gonna be paying. They're gonna start bugging out. You gotta bug out a little, right? So it says, according to the president of the trade association, the first retail chains have already started to raise their prices in Germany, and the rest are likely to follow. So now it goes from, damn, they raised it over here. Let me see if I could go to this other store, and try to find something over there. But then you find out, damn, it's much more expensive over here. And with things being so unstable, once you hit hyperinflation, prices don't stay the same ever. It's not, well, they raised it up, so maybe I got like a week and then, come back again. No, 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 no. They raised it up. You come back the next day, it's a different price. And you running through trying to find the lowest price. But here it is. You could go to BJ's, right? Maybe you're trying to get water. You go to BJ's, waters, I'm just using examples here. You go to BJ's and the water costs $10 a gallon. So you say, oh, no, no, no. Oh, no, that's too high. Let me go to Sam's Club. So you go there and it says $12 a gallon. Oh shit. You know what? Let me check Costco. You go to Costco and it's $13.50 a gallon. So you say, all right, let me now go back to BJ's and try to get that $10 a gallon. You come to BJ's and now the joint is up to $13 a gallon. Ah shit, maybe I should have just stuck to Sam's Club. Let me go to Sam's Club. Now it's $14.50 at Sam's Club. You said, damn, I just left this place. I just came back and it's already up. So you trying to hopscotch, you jump in here to here to try and find the lowest price, and you getting beat. Eventually, you're just gonna say, look, I'm gonna just go to BJ's and buy it for whatever they got over there. But you're not gonna be the only one with that idea. And now you get your ass over there, and now it ain't there because everybody else done bought it. So what do you think people are gonna start doing? You think people are gonna go and turn basically if you look at a Black Friday, what happens in those stores? It's pretty much WrestleMania in real life. So if you think certain people are just gonna say, oh, let me just go in there, fight it out, and try to get something. No, you're gonna have some people wait in their parking lot, right? They're gonna wait in the garages, wait in the parking lots where they know you're gonna come there. And they know if you're walking out that store, you're walking out with something. So they have their weapon or whatever it is, and they're waiting inside there. And the second you walk, they walk. You get to your car, they're right there. And they just give me the cart. Just give me the shopping cart, and then that's it. And that's gonna hurt. That's gonna hurt. You just went through hell and back inside that store to find just a little bit of things, and you bring it out, and somebody's waiting there for you. So hey, reality is coming, man, and it's not gonna be fun. It says here, according to the president of the trade association, the first retail chains have already started to raise their prices in Germany, and the rest are likely to follow. We will soon be able to see the impact of the war reflected in price labels across all the supermarkets, said Sankt Johanser. Recently, popular retail chains such as Aldi, Edeka, and Globus announced that they would be forced to raise their prices. At Aldi, meat and butter will be significantly more expensive from Monday due to price hikes from its suppliers. That's why it's called a chain, a food chain. It says so, and like for example, this is a good picture here, right? You might buy a sandwich for maybe 2.39, but now it might cost seven something. Why? Because sandwich, you got lettuce, pickles, cheese, tomatoes, the meat. All if the prices of everything is going up, then in order to get this and this and this and put it together, of course they're gonna increase that and charge your ass. Right? It says since the start of the Ukraine war, there have been jumps in purchase prices that we have not experienced before. Hmm. A spokesperson for Aldi Nord announced on Friday. A fortnight ago, Aldi raised the prices for about 160 items, and a week later, 20 more items became more expensive. Other supermarket brands quickly followed suit. Um, in February, Germany's cost of living rose at the highest level since reunification, with everyday goods increasing by an average of 7.3%. And it's going to get so high, people are not going to, it's going to be impossible to buy things. And at that point, people are not going to buy things. They're going to loot, they're going to steal, they're going to riot. If during the George Floyd protests, you have people breaking into stores and just taking shit and all of that, and you think about it, the correlation for that wasn't really that tight. Somebody getting George Floyd, right, getting put to death does not equate to you needing to break into a store and take things. But it did. Right? They ended up doing it anyway. So now think about when they actually need, when they're not rioting because somebody died, but they're rioting because they're hungry. They're rioting because prices are outrageous. They're rioting because they need items from these stores. If they were looting stores when they didn't need to, what do you think they're going to be doing when they're rioting because of that very reason? When they actually need the items this time, what do you think people are going to be doing in that time? You think they're going to be holding cardboard signs outside of the freaking White House or something, trying to talk to Biden, get a word? The scriptures say in 2nd Ezra 16 that they let me get that real quick. All right, because when you analyze these scriptures, you have to keep in mind it's written that this is going to happen and that is going to happen, but why is it going to happen? These things don't just up and happen; they happen as reactions to certain things. 2nd Ezra chapter 15, verse 16. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. That's going to be another avenue they're going to turn to, is invading one another. You got people that burglars and thugs that break into houses right now as it is. How much more for them when the average individual becomes a burglar and a thug breaking into houses? That's why you don't announce to everybody what you got. and where you live and all these things. All right, because when the time of need comes, they're gonna come with it. All right, they're gonna come looking, and they're gonna know exactly where you are. You know, people always got their location services on. They got this on. They got that on. Hey, guess what? People watch and they pay attention, and they know just where to come. You know, you got people that like to they call it, you know, flexing or whatnot. They always trying to flex what they got. Jake always trying to flex what they got. I'm over here. You know, I live over here. I just moved to this new place. I got all this in my bank. I got gold jewelry under my bed. All my money is inside my mattress, by the way. You know, I got generators for days. If anything goes wrong, I'm prepped. What do you think people that are watching see it, in the moment they might not care. But guess what? When tribulation hits, they're gonna remember real quick. All right. And when they do, you're gonna regret it real quick. So it says, verse 16, 2 Ezra 15 and 16, for there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another, they shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power, meaning they're gonna do what they want to do. They're gonna say, yo, Biden, you need to shut the F up right now, bro. Ain't nobody trying to hear what you gotta say. All right. Don't come on here telling us this, do this, and that, because you ain't starving like us. Right? You're not in the hood over here. You probably in some bunker somewhere. And that's going to infuriate people even more. All right. And they're gonna be running wild out here in these streets. And what is that gonna be the perfect cover for? To bring in those troops to come and bring order. Because it's already gonna be so violent out here that when the troops come with violence, it's gonna be looked to as a necessary violence in order to quell this already violent violence. You know, if that makes sense. Um, let's see. It says here, I'm gonna jump down now. Um, it says though price increases are a are a worry for Germany's hard-hit consumers, industry experts don't expect there to be a lack of products on the shelves anytime soon. But you know what? That doesn't make it any better. If I go to a store that's full of things over there, but the prices are so much I can't buy any of them, why would it matter to me if they in stock or out of stock? I can't buy it regardless. You know, I can't buy it regardless. Now you telling me, oh yeah, we got lots and lots of it. You know, it's just very expensive. What is that going to do for me? What does that actually do for me? When you tell me, yeah, hey, I know it's out of your budget, but we got a lot of it. You know, and at least we're not running out. But not yet. All right. It says, which of course is to be expected when prices surge so high, far fewer can afford to buy products. And what happens to those few who can't afford to buy those products? They don't buy. Okay, they start to take. It says, according to Joachim Ruckweed, president of the Farming Association, the food supply in Germany is assured for at least another year, though after this, the forecasts are less certain. With rumors of shortages swirling around, however, supermarket owners have been complaining of the sort of panic buying not seen since the first months of the pandemic. All right, so there you go. That's pretty much all that I'm going to read here. What I will do is, for those interested, I'm just going to put the link to the article right here in the chat. And Lord's will, I also put it in the description of this video. And then now the next article here we have is from thestreet.com. A brother had put this in our group chat. And it says, Musk, we know Elon Musk, builds a machine to download our brain and personalities. Now, what I will tell you is there's a TV show out there, I believe it's called Upload. I believe the name of it is called Upload. Let's see. Upload TV show. Might be that. Upload. Yep, that's what it's called. Yep. Upload. And this TV show pretty much shows you what it is that you're reading here. In this show, when you die, the technology is they're in the so-called future, right? And the technology is so advanced that when you die, you can choose to have a traditional, as they like to call it, death, or you can have the artificial death, which they transfer your consciousness into the digital world. So you live in the digital world. Like your brain is inside the digital world. So you don't need a body. Your consciousness is inside of that digital world. And they have, like today, you have customer service agents. They call them angels. So they are like that. They're behind the computer. They have a headset and they can communicate with you as you are in this computer, right? This program. And they program it. There's a whole, like, there's a digital world. There's building, there's houses, there's food, there's all of that, right? Because if you can trick the brain, you can think you're doing anything. You could trick the brain into thinking you're eating, thinking you're sleeping, whatever. So they can program anything into the world where the person's consciousness is at, and that's the so-called heaven. And it shows you that in there. Okay, so um, this reminded me of that, and so if you want a nice visual, you can look up that TV show Upload. Now it says Musk builds a machine to download our brain and personalities. And you're going to see in a minute why I put artificial immortality inside of the title. Because as we read down, it says it's a bit of fiction meeting reality. Elon Musk has ambitions for the future of humanity. And this is why the Most High is going to bring destruction upon these devils, because they are seeking things that are above them. All right, they don't want to be creations anymore. They want to be creators. All right, they want to be God. When we say they have a God complex, we're not over exaggerating. All right, we don't just want to sound deep. We're not trying to sound deep using big words. Okay, but that's exactly what they have, and they see that technology is their only in, because clearly the real reality doesn't work for them. It says here, and the whimsical and visionary CEO of Tesla, it seems in a hurry to realize this vision. It says when he has Slakia, what he has in the boxes is likely to raise the hair of more than one of his um, detractors. Above all, it risks raising ethical questions. The billionaire says it will soon be possible to upload. Interesting how the TV show is called Upload, right? To upload your brain abilities into humanoid robots. Could you imagine that one day we would be able to download our human brain capacity into an Optimus? Matthias Döpfner, the CEO of Business Insider's parent company, Axel Springer, asked Musk in a recent interview. Optimus is a robot Tesla introduced in 2021. I think it is possible, Musk responded, which would be a different way of eternal life. You hear that? It would be a different way of eternal life because we would download our personalities into a bot. Dopfner continued. Musk agreed and then added, yes, we could download the things that we believe make ourselves so unique. Now, of course, if you are not in that body anymore, it's definitely going to be a difference. But as far as preserving our memories, our personality, I think we could do that. It says, will you be able to transfer your brain soon? When asked if it's imminent, Musk doesn't say no. I'm not sure if there's a very sharp boundary. I think it is much smoother. He developed. There is already so much compute that we outsource. Our memories are stored in our phones and computers with pictures and video. Now, in one of the Black Mirror episodes, if I remember correctly, I think it was either season 1, episode 3, or season 3, episode 1. But basically, they have this implant in their heads that allows them to play back their memories. Right? They can actually play it on like a TV or something like that. You can watch somebody's memories, which is interesting, right? Now it says computers and phones amplify our ability to communicate. enabling us to do things that would have been considered magical. That's why it says we've already amplified our human brains massively with computers. That is why we say they have a god complex, but man, I was gonna say something, it just left my mind. But as you can see, it says to do things that would have been considered magical, right? And when you go into Revelation 13, it talks about how they deceived the world with the miracles that they did, right? Which once again is through what? It's through their technology. Okay. So these people now, when you deal with things of this sort, it gets very tricky because to trap somebody or take their consciousness or their mind or their brain and put it in a robot body, it's a very tricky situation because where a lot what when you look at the human body, it consists of your spirit and your body, okay? And you have your soul, which is likened onto like the mind of your spirit, right? As when you look up the word soul, it goes into the seat of the desires. Okay, so our spirit is our life force, but within our life force, you have your soul, which is what makes each and every one of us different. Yeah, we all have spirits in us, which it is the life force. But why do I like cheeseburgers over the next brother who likes pizza? Right? There's something that has to set us apart, which is our desires, our soul, right? In essence, like the mind of our spirit. So if you take somebody's, it's one thing to take their brain, their memories, and take their behavioral patterns and take their you know things that make them unique and put it inside a robotic body, but you cannot capture the spirit. In order to actually make them alive, you have to put their spirit, and robotic bodies are not built to house spirits. Okay, the human body, the way the Lord designed it, is what's built to house a spirit. That's why when somebody dies, the spirit leaves because the body, which was built to house the spirit, is not inhabitable anymore. So the spirit got to go. All right, it has to go back to the spirit world. And as a matter of fact, there's a precept here. But see, if these devils could, that's what they would do. They would trap. They want to study your spirit and be able to trap your spirit. Okay, that's what they're looking for. They want to trap, have control over your spirit. All right. But there's a scripture, I believe it's in Ecclesiastes, about nobody having the power to do that. No man, I should say. This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 8, verse 8. It says, there is no man that hath power over the spirit to retain the spirit, neither hath he power in the day of death. And there is no discharge in that war, neither shall wickedness deliver those that are given to it. So let's do two things. Let's first start off by looking at the other translations. All right. It says here, NLT, none of us can hold back our spirit from departing. None of us has the power to prevent the day of our death. Right? It says, retain the spirit. Spirit. Now they keep saying wind here because they translate spirit to wind. Retain the spirit. All right. So you pretty much get the point. All right. Meaning that once the body is uninhabitable, the spirit has to go. All right. That's in Ecclesiastes 12. Let's get that. And 7. That's the order in which the Lord designed these things. The spirit has to go back up to the spirit world, lest the one who has power over the spirit, can command it otherwise, like the Lord did with all the people that He raised back from the dead. All right, he commanded the spirit to come back in them, and if their body was uninhabitable, then he would have healed the body before commanding the spirit to come back into it. Now, Ecclesiastes 12 and 7 says, then shall the dust return to the earth. When is that? That's when the death occurs. And when you die, your dust returns to the earth, meaning that you get buried and your body decomposes. It breaks down. When you compose something, you put it together. When you decompose something, you break it down. So it returns to the earth as it was, and the spirit shall return onto the power, the Most High who gave it. So it's going to go back to the spirit world where there's a body over there for it. So this is why this is what they're trying to achieve the ability, instead of the spirit returning up, they want to grab it and keep it down here. And they want to be able to transfer it from body to body. You see? So at that point, you never quote unquote die because you're just transferring body to body. Now, in their minds, if they can capture a spirit and house it inside a artificial body, then if you're in an artificial body and your arm breaks, you can just repair that. But in a human body, if a certain part of you gets, a vital organ gets destroyed, your spirit has to leave. But that's why these devils, we tell you they have a God complex, they're not going to be able to achieve this. Okay? And even if they did if they were able to download your memories and your brains into a robot, guess what? That wouldn't actually be you. That would just be a replica of you. Now, to others, it would seem like it's you, but your actual spirit would be in the spirit world, and you'd be able to look down and say, "No, that's not me. That's he just took the characteristics of me, and did, because the brain is physical. When you go to the spirit world, your brain is here on the earth. Your brain is a part of your body. Okay, your brain doesn't go to the spirit world. So that goes to show you that your decision making and all of that is really your spirit, your mind. All right, your actual spirit is what's controlling this body. Okay, so it comes in here and it says, okay, well, this is the kind of brain I got. Let me see what I could do with it. All right. My brain could process things faster. My brain doesn't process things as fast, but your brain doesn't go up to the spirit world. So even if they were to take that brain and put it in a robot body and restore all the memories and the patterns of speaking and the way you walk and the way you talk and your sense of humor, guess what? They cannot trap the spirit. All right. But if they could, that's exactly what they would do. So lastly, let me actually get the book of Second Thessalonians, the second chapter. But see, in the kingdom, when the Lord changes our bodies, see, He can do that. But when He does, we're gonna have full, complete understanding of all of this. How does it work? What does it mean? What is an actual spirit? How does it work? What are the capabilities, the full capabilities of it, of the body, of all these things. How does the spirit work in tandem with the body, and all of these things, we're going to have the understanding of it. Now, as the scriptures say, we know in part, we prophesy in part, which means we know just enough to prophesy just enough. Okay, so certain things you may ask, we can't tell you because it's not told to us. If you ask us about something that is not in the scriptures or cannot be deducted by the precepts that are given to us, we can't tell you that because the Lord hasn't given that. He hasn't given the understanding of that. You ask us what did the seven, I believe it was seven voices thundered, right? That it was told the Apostle John not to write. How are we supposed to tell you that? How are we? Oh yeah, see, I got 100% truth. You should know that. Yeah, 100% truth based on what's in the scriptures. But how are we supposed to tell you what was supposed to be what they uttered if it's not in the book? They did all that is told us in the book is that John was told not to write it down. So clearly, ain't none of us got a time machine, right? So we can't go back there and hear it and tell you what it is. But it shows you how ridiculous Jake is. Anyway, let's get this point real quick. As you can see, man of lawlessness, which is Esau Edom, this son of perdition. This is Second Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 3. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come except there come a falling away first. All right, which we did fall away. All right, when we fell so low that we didn't even know who we were. Okay, and in Matthew the 25th chapter, that period is likened on to when the bridegroom tarried and the all the virgins slumbered and slept. It says, except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition. So the ending, Yahushua's return and all that, that's not gonna come until we first had to fall away, and Esau had to be revealed. And along with his revelation or him being revealed comes his plans and those final prophecies before the return of our Lord. Now it says, verse 4, who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called God, or that is worshipped, so that he, Esau, as God, sitteth in the temple of God, shewing himself that he is God. Let's look up this word shewing. So he's basically taking on that role, taking on that position, trying to turn everybody to reverence him as though he is the Most High. So it says, shewing, to point away from oneself, to point out, to show forth, to expose to view, to exhibit, to declare, right? To show, to prove what kind of person anyone is, to demonstrate, to accredit. So they are declaring that they are, right? Let's read it again with that understanding. Showing himself that he is God. So he's declaring that he is God, and that's by trying to first eliminate the true God so that he can direct everybody else on the earth's mind and attention to him as though he is the true God. So he wants to eliminate faith and instead replace it with technology. But it's not going to work that way, my man, because the scriptures say that when you're about to fill your belly, the level of hell that's going to come upon you, forget losing your appetite, you're going to lose it all. All right? And you're going to go from 100 to 0 real quick, from riches to chains and shackles, very, very quickly. And it's not going to be a fun, smooth transition neither. Oh, Salaki, let me also put this article here in the chat. All right, so I'm gonna read a couple more precepts from the comment board and then wrap it up. Now, this is Prince of Yahweh 8, Proverbs 15 and 25. The Lord will destroy the house of the proud, but will establish the border of the widow. Khan. Okay, and who is more proud than this devil? He's even prouder than his fellows. All right, and that's why he's going to be brought down. For a man who is nothing but breath and dust to try and play the role of God, you don't even understand man himself. How do you say that you are God when you don't even understand man? The creation doesn't even understand itself. How can you create another when you didn't create yourself? You were created. You don't even understand yourself. You haven't even explored everything on the earth, let alone all the planets out there. But you're trying to achieve. Matter of fact, the very thoughts that you think are put into your mind by a higher power. And how say you that you're gonna fight against that higher power? That really goes to show you that instead of really being an intellect, these devils are just proud retards. Okay, they're wise when it comes to certain things the Lord has given them, but in terms of the grand scheme of things, they're really, really dumb. They're really, really dumb. Even Hamites over there in Africa are going to know better than to try and fight against the Lord. But you know what? The scriptures talk about they were afraid and yet durst fight. All right. So Nebuchadnezzar, Darius, Cyrus, even Antiochus Epiphanes, his proud ass. Okay. But you notice Antiochus, when the Lord threw judgment on his ass, that's when he started crying out. But prior to that, he was proud as shit. So guess what? These same devils are going to come up with their pride. And when the great judgment comes, where Yahushua at the forefront, guess what? They're also going to cry. And it says that in Revelation, I believe either 8 or 6, it talks about they cried and saying, the mountains shall fall upon us to hide us from the wrath of the Lamb. Wait, hold on 1 second. Before the Lamb got here, you was all ready to fight him. Now you want to hide from his wrath? No, you ain't hiding. We're gonna pull your asses from the dens, from space bunkers, from underground bunkers, wherever you hiding, we will find you. Okay? We're gonna show you an up close and personal demonstration of what gods are actually like, of what spiritual power is actually like, and you're gonna get a nice taste of it as we pull your ass out from wherever you hiding and slap those shackles on you. All right, as the scriptures say. Let's see. Yep, this is Adam Nana. Um, Psalm 49 and 11. Their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever, and their dwelling places to all generations. They call their lands after their own names. And guess what? You ain't gonna continue forever. You know, you're gonna have a very sharp, abrupt ending, and it's gonna be a very beautiful thing. So I'm gonna end it off here. This is Adam Nana, Proverbs 16 and 18. Pride goeth before destruction, and an haughty spirit before a fall. And with this devil being the proudest he's ever been, we're gonna see one of the biggest falls that we've ever seen in history. All right. And also with that comes the biggest rise. All right. Kwame Yasharala, rise Israel. So with that, I hope you've been edified. In closing, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushai, Bahasham, Rakah Kodesh. Till next time, Shalom.